ES Audio.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up,
Question number 5, please.
your chance to be the voice of the checkout. But first, firefighters could soon have AI smart helmets to help locate victims in smoke-filled rooms.
Doesn't affect any performance. Very lightweight in terms of the equipment on the helmet compared to what we currently use in terms of a handheld thermal imaging camera. With a handheld, it obviously takes away our use of one limb, really. So to have this integrated within either a visor or a helmet would be a massive advantage.
That's Glyn MacArthur, Watch Commander at the Scottish Fire and Rescue Service. He's been part of the trials for the helmet by the National Robotorium. Combining feeds from thermal cameras, radar and inertial sensors mounted on a standard-issue firefighting helmet, the technology uses cutting-edge artificial intelligence to provide wearers with real-time information. It can help detect victims, recognise teammates and provide an accurate understanding of their own location. Dr. Chris Liu is a lecturer in cyber-physical systems in the School of Informatics at the University of Edinburgh and is leading the project.
It can provide firefighters a superhero ability that can see through or perceive environments without any kind of good lighting environments or illumination. This is really a good ability when it comes to the search and rescue, because most of the time, the firefighters will deal with very challenging environments.
And the invention could have even further reaching benefits too.
What we can offer, this kind of a see-through smoke ability can also be extended to other disaster response situations, such as earthquake rescue or more, general disaster response.
The announcement comes as the £22.4 million Heriot-Watt University's National Robotorium officially opens its doors. Netflix has announced its plans to launch its own video game studio. It will be based in Helsinki and led by a former Zynga and Electronic Arts executive. With the latest move, it looks as though their goal of establishing themselves in the gaming industry are ramping up a gear. The company has already been acquiring small gaming companies such as Oxenfree developer Night School Studio, but they're now taking it a step further by creating a studio from scratch. The details were revealed in a blog post by the Netflix VP of Game Studios. China's Mars rover has found evidence of a possible flooding on the planet billions of years ago. Studying radar data from the Zhurong rover, researchers at the Chinese Academy of Sciences, working with a colleague from Peking University, has found evidence of 2 major floods that probably shaped the region the robot has been exploring since it landed in May 2021. The analysis published in Nature is the first results from its radar imager, which can probe up to 100 metres below the surface. Millions are being urged to get flu and COVID jabs as experts predict a difficult winter ahead. Officials at the UK Health Security Agency warned that there'll be lower levels of natural immunity to flu this year after a few winters when people socialised far less due to the COVID pandemic. One expert said they were more worried about flu this year than they had been for several years. Around 33 million people in England will be eligible for a free flu vaccination this year, including all primary age and some secondary age children, who will be offered the nasal spray. A report has found that wildlife protection has helped species thrive in Europe, including grey wolves, Eurasian beavers and grey seals. The European Wildlife Comeback Report 2022 looked at 50 species and builds upon earlier research conducted in 2013. It concentrates mostly on species that have seen recoveries over the past 40 to 50 years. Although it's largely positive news, not all the species sampled were on the rise. The ringed seal has an uncertain future as its breeding habitat has drastically declined due to reduced ice cover, according to the research. Let's go to the ads. Coming up, why you might want to get your pump on and your chance to tell millions of people they've got an unexpected item in the bagging area. Whilst you're here, why not give us a rate and follow? Welcome back. The MOD and Home Office are among 7 organisations that have failed to respond to personal information requests, according to the Information Commissioner's Office. The ICO says it's calling them out for ignoring the public when asked questions about the data they hold. A subject access request must be responded to within 3 months, and the government departments have repeatedly missed the deadline. Others that didn't respond to the request were Kent Police, Virgin Media, and the London boroughs of Croydon, Hackney and Lambeth. Research suggests that the use of voice-controlled devices might have long-term consequences for children. In a new opinion piece published in the Journal of Archives of Disease in Childhood, concerns have been raised about how it can impact their capacity for empathy, compassion, and critical thinking. They say the rapid rise of this type of technology could mean inappropriate responses, impending social development, and hindering learning opportunities. The academics behind the article are calling for more studies to examine the impact on young people. Pumping iron could give you a longer life, according to a study. The research, led by academics at the US's National Cancer Institute in Rockville, Maryland, examined data on almost 100,000 adults taking part in a screening study. The study found that adults who reported any weightlifting at all had a 9% lower all-cause mortality risk. Academics found that a combination of weightlifting and aerobic exercise every week had the most benefits. And finally,
Unexpected item in the bagging area.
fancy being the voice of Tesco's checkouts? Well, a lot of people do apparently. The supermarket's Voice of the Checkout competition has gone viral on TikTok. Using the duet feature in the app, Tesco asked users to repeat the prompt in their best accent to win the honour of being heard across the country and 10,000 club card points, the value of £100. The supermarket had been inactive on TikTok for some time, but since the post, it's racked up more than 83,000 followers with more than 1.1 million views of the video in just 24 hours. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast from the Evening Standard, here in London. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.